Now, approximately 400,000 individuals were affected by the recent landslide and floods. The government announced that the loss incurred as a result amounts to around $1.5 billion.
Now, the challenge at hand is whether the aid and relief that was provided to the country both internationally and as well as locally will be taken use of correctly.
The international community granted relief and aid soon after disaster struck Sri Lanka. According to reports, America, Italy, Germany, Australia and a number of other countries came forward with aid and support. 2 weeks after the massive floods, it can be witnessed how the city of Colombo gets inundated following light showers. In this backdrop, the Irrigation Department has made plans to initiate a new mechanism to control flooding in the Kelani River in the future. The department states that the bunds that were constructed to protect the city of Colombo from floods in the colonial era should be refurbished to be suitable for present-day conditions. The North Bund has been constructed to protect the Kelani town. The South Bund has been constructed to protect the city of Colombo. The Godatua Bund has been constructed to protect the Sri Javardhanapura area, while the Wattala Bund is in place to protect the Wattala area. The Department of Irrigation says that even though a number of areas in the Colombo city are being protected by the bund due to the expansion of the populace and due to human actions, these bunds needs to be refurbished. Attention should be drawn towards the collection of rainwater in lowlands, as controlling the flow of water in the Kelani River alone is not enough to control flooding. 6 pumping stations, including one at Petiagoda, are also included in the plan, which will be used to direct rainwater to the Kelani River. Under the plan, the Sebastian pumping station that is not functioning at present will also be refurbished. There are 15 kilometers of bunds in the Kelani River. We will raise these bunds by around 5 to 6 feet in height and broaden them by around 20 feet to make it much stronger. The preliminary inspections are being carried out, and in about a month or so, we should most probably be able to prepare the complete report and estimates on this and immediately commence work on it. We have to commence this within the course of this year and go in for a speedy development plan. Communities have been built in an area of approximately 5,000 acres along the high-risk area of the banks of the Kelani River. Therefore, the area the water overflows has been limited. We may have to do certain things to bring relief to around 400,000 people, and we may have to relocate certain people as well. The process of relocating will be carried out in a broad and extensive manner. Suitable lands and homes will be provided. Some are of the opinion that floods cannot be controlled by merely raising the height of the bunds. The South Bund is situated in the wrong place. Back then they did not have the interest to protect the unwanted lands, so these bunds were brought to the Kolonava area. Then another bund was made, calling it the Godatua Bund. What happened through this was that a land area more than twice the size of Colombo remains unprotected, which means this has become a part of the river. The North Bund, which is at the upper ground of the Kelani River, remains as it is, but the South Bund has shifted further. So this section, which is the unprotected area, will flood every single time the Kelani River overflows. There is only one solution to this. The South Bund must be taken back to its original location. Even though special projects were implemented in the city of Colombo, it can be clearly seen that they were quite unsuccessful, taking into account the fact that the city of Colombo flooded following the recent inclement weather. The countries received massive financial assistance from overseas. If this money falls into the hands of favorites and various other groups and persons, and if these persons are allowed to initiate projects haphazardly, then you cannot prevent the city of Colombo from being inundated again. So an extensive research must be conducted, and after the conclusion of that research, the government must implement a proper plan together with all relevant stakeholders. The government should also obtain the assistance of the relevant specialists.